Not quite.
Just leaving Battery Camp, heading in an easterly direction. We're about 30 kilometers west of Lineage Junction, which is where the Coulson track hits the rig road. From that point, we're going to jump onto the WAA, continue straight onto the WAA, and the rig peels off to southeasterly direction. Arch up front, we got a bit of a cross breeze, which is just friggin' awesome. Keep blow some of that dust away, and Maddie's behind me. Camel tracks down the middle of the track, and camel shit all over the tracks. Dirty beasts fouling up our roads.
Tuesday, the 21st of June, 9:14 a.m. There goes the boys over the dune in front of us. Last night there was more melon shenanigans happening.
Sounds like a good playlist to me.
Cody and Jacob had collected about 20 pig melons to get revenge on Hakeem and Tennille. We were all at the fire.
And a dragon?
Cody disappeared.
Ooh.
And filled their tent and truck up with about 20 pig melons. I could hear the zipper going and the doors creaking on his truck. And Tennille thought at one point, she's like, I think I heard a zipper. Nah. But yes, she should have listened to her instinct. Absolutely hilarious. When they got to bed, they found the melons, but her and Hakeem didn't let on and give them a great reaction. But then they did stealth mode attack and threw melons at Cody's tent. Good Jono Bush or two last night around the fire. A few good beers and obviously more good laughs. So it was awesome. Got some hitchhiker flies trying to drill up my nose and in my ears. Seem to turn slightly left over the top of each dune up there. But we always choose the left track, right, Hakeem? The left track always seems to be the hard one if there's multiple tracks. I don't know why. Just some strange phenomenon. Do, 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 do. Phenomena. Do, 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 do. I'm losing my marbles. I'm losing my marbles. We just finished playing on a sand dune to the south of the rig road. This sand is super soft. Look at my feet. Not quite. Those hurt. Very hard.
If we had to go that way, I would try it, but no thanks.
They both did awesome. Super proud of them. They killed it. Keem's lost 2 bolts in his sway bar. I heard a clunk up on the dune, and that's what it is. 2 bolts have rattled out of there somewhere along the way. He thinks probably on the way to Mount Dare. Going along, singing a song. I've got Folsom Prison Blues on right now. A bit of Johnny Cash playing, which is really good. Enjoying it a lot. Shouldn't be too far to the junction road where the rig road peels off to the south, which is to our right. Oh, look, here we go. We're at the junction.
Well, we're back into the desert proper, I guess you'd call it, past the clay now, into the sand, and we're about, probably 2 kilometers east of the Colson Junction with the WAA. Got Matty in front of me, and in front of him is Arch. This sort of shit will really slow the cars down, but we're doing, 40 to 50 kilometers an hour, 55 at the moment. Really good riding at the moment, perfect temperature. The track conditions are nice and hard packed. We're fresh, which helps. You're probably up on the pegs across the whole desert, maybe 60-70% of the time. If you get onto a little flat where you've got an opportunity to plant your ass in the seat, rest your legs a little bit, but it's not bad at all. Sometimes when you get to those little moguls, you can just feed it a bit of throttle and kind of power stand over them, and it smooths them out a bit. The front tire doesn't follow into them, it sort of skips across the top of them. But these uphill moguls, there's not a damn thing you can do about them except ride through them. Have a look at that. As far as the eye can see, straight track. Absolutely beautiful. Camera never really does it justice out here. How sweeping the vistas are, and just how breathtaking it is. And when you're on a bike, not looking through a windscreen, I don't know, everything seems to be a little bit more brighter and vivid and real. Exactly. Big drop off, copy. Woohoo! Wow, that is a big pan. There's actually an advantage of riding in the back or second. Disadvantage is suck the dust. The advantage is the boys up front will often call the dune for you, and if she's a nice straight dune, you can feed it and fly over the top, whereas you otherwise couldn't if you're up front, because you don't know what's on the other side. Either a S-bend, a bush, or a bull bar that says Toyota. Wow, look at that, mate, what a view.
While the boys were pulled up for a quick break, I decided to run along the top of a dune for shits and giggles. Here's a quick time lapse. I trust you'll enjoy it as much as I did.
And he's away. Righto, coming down. Down to the bottom. That's what I'm talking about. A good roosty boosty. Righto, power through. Real big. Righto. If you get the opportunity, Matt, when we get to a crest of one of these straight ones, give us a big roosty. I'm taping. Well, you're the only one that hasn't come off yet, so. Do we call that 45-degree lay down? Is that an off or nah? No, it did not. I was a witness, and no, it did not. Right on. I launched over the first one and landed in the second one. Well, we've just had lunch. We are about 14 kilometers west of the Urbana line, And we are going to be pushing past that line this afternoon, heading towards the Knowles track. And we'll be camping somewhere in between the Knowles and the Arabina on the Knowles side. Cars are in front of us at the moment. They headed out after we had a feed a little bit before us, and we're going to catch them very shortly. And then it's open road, so to speak. The track is really hard, much more so than the French line. Coming through off the backside of those dunes, they're a bit moguly and a bit rutted, but they're hard packed. This stuff's slow going in the cars though, because they just slap their bums so much.
They'll be coming up on you, Jill.
Thank you.
There they go. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Archie, Terry, Matt. We've just had lunch with the boys on bikes, and now we are heading east again, ultimately toward the Knowles track, but first the Arabina, which is in 14 kilometers. I think Akeem had some bolts put in his truck to replace the ones that had fallen out, giving him a nice clunk. I think it was in the sway bar, but I did not confirm that. I didn't have time during lunch. I was being kitchen bitch for Terry, making sure he had everything he needed. So then we had a little group meeting so everybody knows. Could have a look at the map and see where we're heading and what the goal is. We will be camping somewhere over by the Knowles track this afternoon, we think. And we had Travel Buddy roast pork wraps heated up. They were delicious. Terry gave me a 10 out of 10 for that one. And we're having T-bone steaks tonight, so I'm sure he'll be looking forward to that one.
That section sucks, Kim.
I can tell.
It could double as a washing machine.
Okay, here's a dune we can see over. Far as the eye can see in every direction. Jacob's down there in front of me. It's absolutely beautiful. Through the trees, thread the needle.
I think we're going to keep driving till about 4 o'clock or a bit after. Get as far to the Knowles track as we can today.
Okay, story time with Cody. Okay, Cody, it's over to you.
All right. So, second day back in the desert on the way home. Back in the 200. Jacob stinks so much I got to get out of the 80. No, it's definitely different on the way back. I'd say bigger dunes at the start of the day today.
Very varied landscape, isn't it?
Yes.
Like in dunes and just the approaches, the exits.
Yep.
Having some fun. Said he was dozing off in Jacob's truck, so my call out for a hitchhiker was taken up.
I ate too much for lunch. Put me to sleep.
Knocked you out.
We're actually on an island right now. Yeah, there's the lake's over there too. Is there anything over there just off to the left? Righto. We could make this work. Righto, come on down to the lake, I'll show you what I found. Just up there to my right, nice big flat area, especially with the sunset hitting it, eh? Yeah, why don't we call it, eh? Jaffa Cars from Jaffa Bikes, got a copy.
Copy, Terry.
Yeah, Jacob, I don't know whether you're running a map, mate, but if you are and you see a big-ass lake, we're going to camp on the shores of that one, mate.
We can see the bikes in the distance. They've chosen a campsite along a lake. Oh, that's cool. A great big salt flat. Great big salt pan, a lake.
You're not wrong, Terry. You're not wrong. That is cool.
You'll cross the salt pan, go up onto a little island, and cross the second one. We're on the side of the second one.
Copy, Terry. I got you there. Cross the salt pan and keep going straight on the WAA until we see you. Don't turn off. Copy.
Good one.
Did you get all that info about the salt pan?
No, I don't even know where he's off. But if you can relay that, that'd be sweet.
It's all good. I'll wait for you.
Alright, thanks, Kim.
I can see the salt pan.
Where I am, Kim, I want you to reverse in here. That way then the front of the car is facing the sun.
Well, we have set up camp.
Not really.
Well, yeah, not really, I
We've got our chairs out and beers.
Put the bed up.
Did we name this lake?
Knowles Lake.
Knowles Lake, yeah. It doesn't have a name. We checked the maps. We checked the GPS. It was nameless. I suggested F.U. Jacob Lake, but that was turned down by the crew.
Well, thanks for that. Thank you, crew.
We thought that was a little bit harsh. Mate. Harsh.
You can call this Captain Jacob's Lake.
Captain Jacob's Lake. Right.
When are we doing this again? I want to do the Madigan.
Nice.
Madigan on the bikes.
Madigan on the
Meaning
bikes.
I want to do the Madigan. I want to drive it.
Well, we know we could do it now.
You ready to do the Madigan on the bike, Arch?
No way.
Once is enough. Unless they can replace my neck and my back.
Oh, you're doing spectacular, Arch. You really are, mate.
Yep. Let's do the Madigan.
Okay, we'll do the Madigan. Madigan on the bikes.
And that right there, folks, is how easily future Jaffa trips spring to life. A seed is planted, and the best thing about Jaffa is it's not just talk. It will happen.
And the way we went was not allowed anymore. So we did east-west.
Yep.
And you got to go west-east.
Yeah. It's definitely a condition of a permit now. Hakeem and Tennille are over there, I don't know, sorting their melons, perhaps?
No melon.
No melon.
Bloody fruit flies came out of the melons and infested the car.
Oh,
High five.
Mission accomplished.
So what happened? We didn't actually get any video of it, Jacob, but what happened?
Hakeem said over the radio, "Holy dooly, look at this melon field." And we were last in the convoy that day. So we stopped and we picked up all of them. Maybe like, I don't know, 15 or 20 melons. And they were big ones too. So then that night at camp, Cody snuck off and he put them in their tent, their swag, and in their car under the chair.
Good fun. Good, clean fun.
Harmless fun.
Just setting up camp for this afternoon beside the lake. Everyone just pulled up, had a big day. Bikes have done about 150 Ks. The cars have done, I think it's about 80, but done a big day. Girls have done well. Everyone's setting up.
Young lads got their truck fired up at the moment. Get the heat exchanger going so they can have a shower. And we got a beautiful sunset to the dulcet tones of a 1HDT. Morning camp at our lakeside on the Knowles track just before the Knowles Junction. And it's a beauty. Now we are camped on the eastern shore of a large salt pan just west of the Knowles Track Junction. The four-wheel drives would head east on the WAA line to that Knowles Junction and then head north up the Knowles Track. The bikes would head west on the WAA line to the western shore of the lake, then run south along a pre-existing shoreline track to the Rig Road. From the Rig Junction, we would swing east again, continue on the Rig until it intersected with the Knowles. We would then run north up the Knowles, overtake the cars who were now in front of us, and all meet up at the parking lot for the Knowles to check out that little desert attraction.
We have just left our Knowles camp, our Lake Knowles camp, heading across Lake Knoll, I guess you'd call it. We're actually heading back west at the moment. We're going to hit the shore of the lake, and then we're going to run south along the lake shore down to the Rig Road. Once we hit the Rig, we'll swing back east, and we'll catch the Knowles track and back up north. The cars are behind us, and they're heading in an easterly direction. They're only a kilometer or two, nah, not even. A couple of dunes, I guess, from the Knowles track where they'll run north. It's very fresh this morning, very fresh. My nipples are hard, baby. Looks like we're actually following an old track that ran along here, probably for people when this lake was flooded that had to get around it and had to follow the lake, the side of the lake. Back on the Rig Road, heading eastbound. Arch is up front, Matt's in the middle, I'm in the back, and not too far away, we're going to hit the K1, then we're going to go northbound. Hollows and holes, yucky, yucky. We're now on the Knowles track, heading due south, due north. We're now on the Knowles track, heading due north. We'll just edit that little bit out, won't we? This track's running straighter than a die. We haven't got to the snaky wiggly bit on the Knowles yet.
Got a copy, Jacob? Yep. Mate, if you didn't mind, would you mind leading for the Knowles, and then I'll jump in front after we get through this slow shit? I don't mind, mate. Oh, thanks heaps, mate. Appreciate that. Real tourists lead the way. Real overlanders. I'll accept it on this time. It's all good.
Oh, let's change gear. We're just going to plod along this morning, nice and slow. Here we are, turning left at the Knowles track. Turning left on to the Knowles.
Inching our way along, probably 20 kilometers an hour at the moment. Another beautiful day in the desert. We have 2 more nights. Tonight, and then a night near, tonight will be near Pebbles Corner. Tomorrow night will be not far from Big Red, so we can get out into Birdsville in the mornings. We want to spend the night at Batuta. We want some beers in the Birdsville pub. We want some camel pies. Cody wants a caramel tart, which he said is the best one he's ever had in his life. And he said he has eaten a lot of caramel tarts. So there's a good recommendation for Birdsville Bakery. All is going well. A couple of rattly exhausts in front of me. Hakeem fixed his lost bolts yesterday. Archie's holding together, even though his neck and back are killing him. Going well. Sand dune on my left and an enchanted forest on my right. And oh, that Gidgee smells nice. Oh, I love that. This is awesome. I stopped and put some frozen pies in the Travel Buddy, so they'll be ready for lunch later on. In first gear, starting to hit those rocky white patches of rock in the track.
A few stretches like this, we can get a bit of speed up. It's only short-lived.
Trying to give you a view of the various types of track we encounter along the way. We're prepared for all of them.
You good at the back? Yeah, over, Jill.
For those that aren't aware, the double click on the mic is from the receiving party acknowledging that they got the signal. Saves picking up the mic and saying copy that or roger that.
Was that the Jacob from the Jaffa Adventures YouTube channel?
That's me.
Oh mate, you've got that tidy 80.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, he's the guy that uses a lot of zip ties, isn't he?
I'll be stopping at the Birdsville pub if you guys want autograph.
Definitely getting a selfie.
I can see his head swelling up from back here. You might be famous soon, mate, when we do your rough repairs on YouTube. Yeah, I hope not. The best mow in the full drive industry.
Coming through a bit of a Gidgee forest. The smell is really strong. I love the smell of it.
We've got the windows down, sniffing the Gidgee. These Gidgee trees, when there's lots of them together, are what we called enchanted forests, because when you come across them out here, it's honestly magical. You just want to be amongst it, and that's where you want to have your camp, because the smell, the atmosphere, they look kind of like they have a story to tell, surviving against the elements. They have to be very resilient to live out here. I can see Archie behind me. I'm going to let him by. Archie, Matt. Perfect timing. We're nearly at the knolls. You can see them up ahead. Plus a salt pan for extra bonus viewing. 2 cool trucks in front of me with 2 cool drivers. And the coolest of them all is at the back. He has the epic mow, and we do not. See a sign up here. I think it's the turn off to the parking lot, and you can see the track up the knoll. Oh, there's the sign saying turn right.